Welcome to this El Nino update created January 3rd, 2016. My name is Mark O'Malley with the National Weather Service in Phoenix. Currently, strong El Nino conditions are entrenched with temperature anomalies solidly above the 1.5 strong El Nino threshold. For impacts affecting the United States, we look at sea surface temperature anomalies near this Nino 3.4 region. In these images and animations, measurements in this key Nino 3.4 region have easily eclipsed the 1.5 threshold as shown by this purple line indicating the strong El Nino. These equatorial anomaly measures have peaked during the month of December, though will remain above the strong threshold for the remainder of the winter. Analyzing several dynamic and statistical models yields an overwhelming agreement that strong El Nino conditions will prevail through the winter season. These strong El Nino events have historically led to the most reliable predictions of wetter than average weather across the southwest U.S. during the winter season. While the actual measurement of El Nino in the tropical Pacific has peaked, the impacts on the United States are just beginning. How does El Nino affect the weather in the southwest? Well, warmer water over the central and equatorial Pacific during the winter enhances thunderstorm activity more frequently south and east of Hawaii, which can disrupt the downstream atmospheric flow pattern across the United States. Conceptually, the traditional flow pattern during El Nino winters features an enhanced subtropical jet stream which pulls more storm systems and moistures east from the Pacific. This very process will be in effect this week and will help provide the southwest United States repeated rounds of showers. A large mass of persistent thunderstorms southwest of Hawaii, enhanced by the warm El Nino waters, has strengthened the jet stream flow across the Pacific Basin, with a parade of storms directed towards the west coast. A partial tap of moisture from these storms has been funneled northeast towards the United States, and this will continue to be the case through this week. 4 separate waves of low pressure will move into Southern California and Arizona this week, providing repeated rounds of showers. This is the first real direct signal partially related to the El Nino this winter. The heaviest rainfall, along with local flash flooding and mudslides, high surf and coastal flooding will occur along the California coast. A steadier bout of light to moderate showers will affect the inland deserts of southeast California and Arizona. It's a fairly safe bet that everyone will receive at least a quarter inch of rain by the end of the week. There will be some lower elevation locations in central and southern Arizona receiving an inch or so of rain. The heavier rain and snow will be relegated to the higher terrain locations of northern and eastern Arizona. Overall, this should be a very welcome precipitation event, helping the long-term drought conditions. The seasonal forecast for the remainder of the winter is unchanged. Overall, there is little climate signal suggesting warmer, colder, or near normal temperatures for the southwest the rest of this winter. However, given the strong El Nino, there remains a shift towards better chances of above-average precipitation the next 3 to 4 months. While not an absolute guarantee, this better than 60% chance of above-average precipitation is a very good signal, and leaves little chance that the southwest will be dry for the remainder of the winter. So in summary, strong El Nino conditions are well established over the Pacific, and the atmospheric pattern has responded. The strong El Nino ocean temperatures have already peaked, but the impacts on the southwest U.S. are just beginning. The wet weather this week is just the first signal related to El Nino, and the best odds suggest more wet weather systems in the next several months. Thank you for viewing this multimedia briefing. You may also find us on the web, Facebook, and Twitter at the addresses listed here.